One, what's good, people? Or should I say, what's good, you? Alright, this is going to be an intimate little discussion between me and you. You know what I'm telling you as I start to read from the cards, okay? I can give you the message from above. There's a good tune I enjoy from a band called the Ra Band. It's called Messages from the Stars, alright? But this message comes from above and beyond the stars, if not from the stars, as well as everything else that has ever existed and does not exist, okay? This is from the all, the everything, the unfathomable. I just serve as a vehicle to translate the message to you, and the message is this, okay? The 7, okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of wands, alright? Should you take action? Should you start building? Is the fella in front of you establishing a fence? Is it symbolic of planting seeds? Is he pulling the fence from the ground? Is there action you need to take in relation to either setting up a fence now, because this represents action, it represents passion, it represents what you need to do and feel that fire inside you burning, moving you onwards to do, or do you need to rid of the boundary you have set, the border you have set between that and something else? It can go two ways. There's a duality here, all right? Are you setting down a fence that is a necessity, or do you need to place a fence between you and something else? Maybe it's a bad habit, maybe it's a bad person, maybe it's a bad experience. Maybe you need to protect yourself as the human animal. Survival is our main protocol, right? And if we are triggered by someone, something or other, one must maybe not isolate oneself, but establish a defensive mechanism, maybe through speaking to a professional, or maybe through self-care. No, I'm not letting this person in my house today. I'm going to lock the doors and enjoy myself in my sanctum, and I'm not allowing anybody in to take that away from me. Or do we open the door to that positive energy, to that positive person, whereas before we've been trying to stay away from it, whereas we have a degree of, what did they call it? Cognitive dissonance. We logically, consciously know that it's good for us, but because of our belief system and how we've been brought up and how we've been influenced and indoctrinated, we lie to ourselves because we don't want to go back, because people hate change. Humans hate change, all right? That's the message, and we're going to follow on this message and recalibrate this message and concentrate on this message and define this message with the pulling of another card. And as I shuffle, okay, I want you to leave an affirmation down below. That affirmation is going to tell yourself that things are good, all right? The affirmation is, I am moving forward, okay? To reclarify, that is, I am moving forward. Make a comment down below, leave that message. As you take this instruction, what you will find is that you will start to take more instruction through the speaks and the engagements we have. And I don't give you bad news, all right? So, the message I have here is the 4 of Swords, okay? Maybe one must reside in their coffin, in their humble abode, all right? Coffin's not necessarily the worst thing in the world, although on the topic of such, I have seen that some people, as the coffin goes down in a funeral procession, will batter the coffin to dint it because supposedly them coffins might get pulled up and resold on the market. Hey, I don't know about that business. It's just something interesting I thought I would pass on. So we've got the 4 of Swords. It represents communication, but it might represent a lack of communication because we are enjoying ourselves by ourselves, perhaps having a day to ourselves in bed, all right? We've been out and about, we've been engaging, our social battery is dead, it's flopped, and what we're doing is we're just going to momentarily put a fence up. We're going to live for ourselves for a moment. For this particular moment, I don't advocate for any bad habits, okay? It's each to their own, but I'd say enjoy yourself. Do you know what I mean? Get a takeaway in. If you like a couple of drinks, nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to influence you to do so, especially if you've got a bad habit, okay? But whatever you do to cleanse yourself of the stress and negativity of this life that is hoisted upon us, we do have a shadow that sometimes does relieve us of such stress. Now, I'm not going to tell you what you should and shouldn't do. I'm just telling you a vague interpretation of what really makes sense to you, okay? You are the one who is manifesting the message within your conscious mind now, because you are the only one who has lived your life, not me. But this message comes from a space as to which I can't even fathom, okay? So whether you're putting a fence up or taking a fence down, the bottom line is take some time to yourself. Maybe if you're a bit of a carer, you know, you're a bit of a captain, a bit of a saviour, they can look after themselves for a couple of hours at least. Allow them to be. Don't spread yourself too thin. Have a bit of time for yourself. Love yourself in whichever way you deem necessary. And that's the message for today. Click like and subscribe. As always, you feed me, I feed you. That's the way it goes, eh?